The machine?
Yeah, it's like a pump. It's called a water pump.
The number one complaint I get about water...
Do you guys recycle or sell your binoculars?
Sell.
Just sell everything. Cells are the building blocks of life.
Finally. Bye-bye. See you in the morning, guys.
Shut up.
Flossers is... It's messy! My name is Whitney, and I'm a registered dental hygienist. Let's talk about how to use a water flosser properly so your bathroom doesn't turn into a messy, wet water fountain. And before we get started, let me say that yes, anyone can benefit from using a water flosser. However, some people may benefit from them more than others. I will link my water floss versus string floss video in the description box below if you'd like to learn more. But for the purpose of this video, let's talk about how to use the dang thing. First of all, don't get discouraged if you've been making a huge mess. Remember, when you learn something new, it takes time to get the proper technique to get good at it. No worries, you'll get good at water flossing in no time. So let's begin by filling up your water basin with warm water. I prefer warm water because I'm like, who wants freezing cold water on their teeth? But maybe you do, you. Note that some water flossers hook right into the faucet, but most of the newer models have a basin, like you see here, that you will fill up the reservoir and then place it back onto the base. Next, select the best tip for yourself. I'm using the default regular tip, but there's additional options for braces and other things. So talk with your dental provider and they will help you decide which tip is best for you. Generally, anyone can use the regular default tip, so insert your tip into the handle, then decide which pressure setting you're going to use. Some units
It's getting memed on by the judge. I'll check that. Hold
don't
on.
even have any kind of dial or levels of settings. I usually don't recommend those ones to my patients. I prefer there to be some kind of dial, whether it's 1 through 10 or low, medium, high, or different settings for your gums. You just don't want only one pressure level option. If it just turns on and off, it's usually not the best water flosser. So if you have the pressure dial, I recommend, or you feel like in the middle, even like 3 or 4, maybe on the lower end of the middle.
Jesus.
If it feels too gentle, never use a massage. Hit the units. This water, your lips and then you press it on. As you floss, you want to close your lips enough to prevent splashing. Never stare at yourself in the mirror with your mouth open because water will go everywhere. This is where most people mess up because they want to see what they're doing. But you really have to just feel what you're doing. Feel the pressure. You can't be looking in the mirror. For best results, feel where your gum line is. Maybe even check it out beforehand. Practice without the water spraying. Feel where your teeth meet your gums and aim the tip around 90 degrees at the gum line and guide it along from tooth to tooth, pausing for a second between each tooth. So you really want to walk it along the gum line. It's okay to pause for a second in between where you would traditionally use string floss. That's where you can remove lots of debris and then keep going on to the next tooth. Pause, pause, pause. Pause. It's usually easier for me to start with the back teeth and move forward, and then I do that throughout my whole mouth closed enough. But practice really does make perfect. The long from tooth to that. And always check to keep our gums healthy by stimulating them with high pressurized water.
I don't believe that this is as good as string floss. Is it actually?
Yeah.
Is it? Maybe I'll buy one. Okay, you know
It's
the meme
awesome.
about like your gums bleeding when you floss or whatever?
Yeah, if you don't do it enough, that'll happen.
Yeah. Okay, I don't floss. I hate flossing, okay? But I've been flossing this tooth up here every day. I can't tell if I still have a kernel thing trapped somewhere in there or if it's all in my fucking mind now. But those gums no longer bleed, but they're the only ones in my mouth that don't bleed.
So water flossing will make you floss again. It's very shrimpable.
I do it in the shower.
I don't do it in the shower. I do it in the
There's
morning.
one from, I think it's from Burst. There's one on Amazon. They make waterproof ones. You just do it while you're in the shower.
I swear to God, there's something still up there. You water floss in the shower. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy one of these. Fuck it. Let's go. Do you ever go to the dentist to get these out? Like, I feel like when I bite down now, like my tooth is being pushed or something.
Mm-hmm.
The kernel is trapped. It's in my gums. You need to floss or else you get cavities in your teeth. My teeth don't believe in cavities, so they don't get them. Why is it water pick like PIK? Is this some hipster bullshit?
That's the one I have. It sits on your counter.
Yeah, but you can get one that's waterproof you use in the shower, which I recommend. Search for like waterproof water flosser. And it's battery operated as well.
Waterproof water flosser? What? You think you get a water flosser that would be broken by its own water, Dan?
Yep. I shower in the morning and before I go to sleep. For whoever was asking.
You take 2 showers a day?
I do.
Yikes.
It's comfortable to go to sleep after you've taken a hot shower. And it's good to take one in the morning. Wakes you up.
How does it wake you up and put you to sleep, Dan?
Different situations. I don't know.
Best water pick. Make a small incision in the infected area and use tweezers to remove the kernel. Wait, what? What is your schizo take on fluoride? It's fine. The amount of fluoride that's existing in public water is not even close to the level to hurt you, but Is it the enamel? Is that the outside of your teeth? I don't know the chemical reaction, but when fluoride interacts with the enamel of your teeth, it helps to like recalcify. There are words here that I don't know, but it does something to basically recoat the layers, I guess, of your teeth, or to have that remineralized. That sounds weird. Or that sounds like the correct word. Okay. Worst case scenario, you have a cracked tooth. Why the fuck would my tooth be cracked? No. I don't think there's anything there. I think it's just my gum, because I've been fucking with it.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go cook.
Go! Go!
Oswego City judge allowing News Channel 9 to record the proceedings. The first look at 23-year-old Olivia Henderson outside her popular TikTok page.
Their front door was wide open, and they were within eyesight of the front door, laying on the couch indecently exposed to me.
This is her last post, published October 26th.
Are any of your teeth sensitive to cold or heat? No, my teeth are unstoppable.
2 weeks after her now deleted video causing this controversy. Working as a driver for delivery service DoorDash, Henderson claimed she was dropping off a food order when through the customer's door, saw him on the couch naked. After posting her footage, she reported the incident to Oswego police as sexual harassment.
Some of the claims that she had made on social media after the fact were not in fact true.
Investigators determined the man, drunkenly unconscious on his couch, did nothing wrong. But he found out lewd images of him were published for thousands of TikTok users to see. So police criminally charged Henderson with 2 counts related to unlawful surveillance. Court documents accuse her of recording, quote, intimate parts without consent when he had a reasonable expectation of privacy.
And to all those that have been
Accuse her of recording, quote, intimate parts without consent when he had a reasonable expectation of privacy.
and to
Fuck, it so depends on the door situation. We just don't have the information on it. If it was the fact that the door was either like cracked open or was closed, then she's just 1,000,000,000% in the wrong. Like that's it. But if the door was wide the fuck open, I don't believe you have a reasonable expectation of privacy. If somebody could see literally from the street, or I think even from your porch if you invite them up, which a DoorDash driver would be, if they can see you naked inside, I don't believe you have that reasonable expectation of privacy there. Now, I don't know if you could be recorded. I don't know how much she recorded and placed it on the internet. She might have some liability there. But
without consent when he had a reasonable expectation of privacy.
And to all those that have been supportive of me during this time, thank you so much.
For as talkative as she's been on TikTok until now, she had nothing to say while leaving the courthouse.
Livy, do you want to say anything about what happened?
Did you see the judge's comments? No, I thought this was supposed to be... I see this, but I don't see where he said this at. Isn't she being charged? We will find out with the court case, I guess. I can't find anything or any reporting to support it, but not sure why the Twitter guy would make it up. Feared Buck? I mean, this guy... I mean, look at the guy's name. Oh, well, I was going to read this because this would be pretty unprofessional for the judge to say, but I don't know. Allegedly, there's Ring video. She pushed it open. That's how the cops charged her. You guys keep saying that, and I've seen so many people say that. I don't think that's true. Or rather, there's no proof of that. Because everybody, there have been two huge things that keep getting repeated. But I don't think there's any proof of either of these claims. The one claim that was just 100% bullshit was that... fuck, I'm trying to remember what this was. But there's a picture that's like cropped on the side. And it was used to spread a bunch of not true shit. I don't remember why or whatever, but it was just like, it was a crop picture. That was the first thing. And then the second thing is a lot of people are running with this. There's a ring cam on the door or whatever, but we looked at the door. There doesn't look like there's a ring cam. And then other people are saying, well, there was some from across the street, But nobody's seen that. I don't think any cops have said that there was ring cam footage. So I don't think that there's... well, actually, I'm sorry. This is one of those cases where I can use... there's inferencing. I know that there's not footage of this, and I know there's not strong evidence of footage of this, because if there was, people would be pasting that continuously, and nobody's pasting it. It's just a thing that people keep repeating to each other. DoorDash driver accused of spraying pepper spray on Arby's food after dropping it off at home in Indiana.
My wife had started eating and she started...
Why? Wait, why did they... Hold on. What's going on here? Wait, why did they cut 5 seconds here? The fuck was the point? It goes from 12 a.m. with 55 seconds, and then it's 54 to 59. Why?
My wife had started eating and she started choking and gasping, and after she had had a couple bites of her food, she actually threw up. It's pepper spray. It's more than likely what it is, but now...
Oh, I was going to say, why not just show the whole thing? There's literally no reason if you're posting the clip, but if it's on a news station and they can only have, like, news stations have hard outs and stuff, then maybe that's why, actually. That would make sense.
My wife had started eating and she started choking and gasping, and after she had had a couple bites of her food, she actually threw up. It's pepper spray. It's more than likely what it is, but now in this day and age, it could have been anything. Could have been rat poison, could have been fentanyl. You know, I mean, my wife could have been dead. Definitely want to see her prosecuted.
I can't... There's, like, so much that I just don't understand about this. But, like, whatever happened, it just doesn't make sense. Like, first of all, what is the food? Okay, hold on. It's Arby's. So she's spraying pepper spray in here. She's getting it on, I guess maybe if there are fries open, but the sandwich or whatever wouldn't be exposed. If you open the bag, would you smell pepper spray, or is it like particularized enough to, or whatever, that it would just coat stuff and it wouldn't be anything that you would smell when you open the bag? I've never interacted with it before. So she carries pepper. Why would you? But then also, like, you're a DoorDash driver. You must see thousands of ring cams or hundreds of ring cams, depending on how many deliveries you've done. Why would you ever do this? And they know, like, it's literally an app that is tying your location and tying your identity to a particular place you go. Like, that's so stupid. But also, people are fucking dumb. But it would be so stupid of him to make this up. Right? Like, why would you make something up like this when you've got footage and everything? I don't know, bro. People are crazy. Who the fuck knows? Why?
Choking and...
Wait, what are these guys arguing about? Oh, Cristofero's rage baiting. Like, half of what he says is rage bait. Be careful. DoorDash driver accused of pepper spraying customer's Arby's order, resulting in wife falling ill. What? Do you really fall ill from pepper spray? You'd probably just feel uncomfortable for 10 to 20 minutes, no? Is pepper spray just like the capsaicin stuff? Like
Oleocapsaicum?
Yeah, whatever they put in spicy food or whatever.
Capsaicin. It's like a... Fuck, I don't know, man. I got pepper spray though, I can tell you. It's not pleasant.
Would you taste it if you eat it? Or would you just keep eating through it?
First off, you would smell it instantly. It's like fucking smelling salts. You would smell it from like feet away.
What? I don't understand people. Jesus. Okay. I wonder if they just didn't tip or something. I wonder why she did it.
Asking a woman for a number takes a lot of courage. So these are the top 5 responses to use when a woman says no. Number 5, say, no, I meant the number of men you slept with because you look like a slut. Let her know that you just texted a picture of her to your friend who guessed over 1,000, and because you put down money that she was even more used up than that, you told your friend you would ask. Number 4, say, phew, thank God I'm not gonna have to go through with it. Then explain to her that she's on a hidden camera show called Getting Digits from Sixes, where she could have won a gift certificate to Wendy's. Then look at a tree, pretending there's a hidden camera there, and say, there's plenty of 6s in the sea. Number 3, let her know that she just passed the test because you're a pedophile hunter, and although you look like a grown man, you're actually 14, and she just dodged a huge bullet. The second best thing to say if a woman denies your number is, I just wanted to organize dropping off some clothes because you look homeless. This lets her know that not only are you above her, but you're also very charitable. Follow that up with, but if you don't even have a phone, I guess it's worse than I thought, and there's only so much my charity can do. Number 1, and this is a classic, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, call her a lesbian. Tell her you only wanted her number to set her up with a super butch female friend of yours since she's clearly a lesbian. And the more she denies it, the more you explain to her that she doesn't need to because you're an ally.
Destiny reacts to me reacting to Destiny reacting to ... Nice. Okay, there's too many water picks to choose from. I don't know which one to get. I'm not getting any. Fuck this. Stillwater teen Jesse Butler walks free after multiple rape charges. 0 jail time. Butler will serve no jail time, not a day, not a weekend, nothing. Just counseling, curfews, community service, and supervision until he turns 19. Whoa. I don't know anything about this, so... Apparently mace is different than pepper spray and is toxic. Well, I mean, how are we defining toxic? Would pepper spray not count as toxic? I feel like it would, no? Yeah, get him out of here. Finally! Oh shit, I should do a run real quick while Mutin's gone. Fuck. XQC mocks streamers for still being mad about the streamer awards jokes.
It was talking about Phantom. It was trying to say,
Oh no! Oh no! No! They picked on some of them at the show? No! Don't do.
I've been pepper sprayed and maced multiple times. It sticks to your skin and burns for a good couple of hours. Did you try washing it off, retard? Got him!
That! Don't fucking make jokes, man! Jesus! Yo, guys, I'm business. Me and the boys.
How did the pepper spray get on the food? I've never gotten food uncovered. Well, 1, French fries are usually exposed. And then 2, if they sprayed like the bag and your hands are all over the thing and then you open it and then you like touch the food, you could, I guess, right there.
Whenever.
Don't make assumptions about things you don't know shit about. Wouldn't that be the only things you make assumptions on? Because if I knew a whole bunch about it, I wouldn't have to make assumptions about it. I would just know it. Fucking retard. That's why I know how your mom's vagina feels. Because I know every single square centimeter inside of her body. Because I learned all of it with my throbbing Cuban cock.
I'm never watching this shit again. The streamer awards, I canceled that shit. QD, Ludwig, done. Nada. We are done with this shit. Never watching that shit again. Making jokes?
Not on my watch,
FaZe
little
was
buddy. Not on my watch.
homophobic and women haters, and then they got.
At Destiny, why don't you try getting pepper sprayed by Dan and try to wash it off? Why don't you try getting cummed on? Try washing that off. Let me know how it goes. Good. Get him out of here too. Good. Who is this Rakai guy? Is this the guy that, fuck, I don't even remember who this was. If this was on Speed Stream or Kai Stream or somebody else's stream. What streamer had, like, they met an old friend and then the old friend tried to become a streamer, but, like, apparently he's not that good of a streamer and he was just, like, a leech? Who am I, is this even related to these people, or am I mixing this up, or? Does anybody know who I'm talking about? This was, like, months ago. Okay, never mind. No one has any. Never mind. Forget it. Okay, I don't even know. I'm getting like pieces and pieces and pieces of stories from just like LSF threads.
That's botted. It's botted.
It's botted.
It's not completely accurate, but this is a little bit of a shorter one. Okay, how about a 3-hour stream? Let's look at this.
Whoa, we bottin' boys. Whoa. Whoa, we hella bottin' there. We hella bottin'. I'm not 100% sure why, but I know it's botted. Because Asmonger said it. X.
Whole different world now.
Chat, guys. I think Asmon Gould these days, I can't give no chat. Like, last few months, unhinged.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, he reads the chat. I mean, I'm sure he at least glances at the chat. It's unhinged. It's people saying base and whatever. It's pretty radical, low-key.
Yeah, low-key.
I'm not saying, oh my god, cancel Asmon, I am so mad. I'm just paying attention to the obvious, and I think it's pretty fun. I mean, not even hinting at all that he disagrees is odd too. And I think I feel like he agrees with some of the points. At least that's the non-verbal I'm getting out of this. But maybe I'm woke or some shit. I don't know.
We are all the way in a different world. And, yeah, he's okay with women shutting up. I mean, Pierce is okay with women shutting up. I think a lot of guys are. So the gloves...
Got him. Man, I just got that motherfucker on Twitter. Okay. You have so many fucking lefty retards in this community, bro. We need another 2019 purge. Lefties for on what topic? We already watched this yesterday.
Blowing
the Hassan thing?
my mind.
This.
Okay. Jesus. Bro, reenacting the Kirk incident during a meeting was highly unprofessional. Do better. What?
I'm gonna go in that bar. In fact, I'm gonna go in that. There's a bar.
Hey, it's me, Dr. Disrespect.
Do you see Peace Code 105 with the DGG in the Taliban Twitter community about your court case? Wait, what link?
Every young woman at all.
Hi, Dr. Disrespect. Sorry, I'm on a date with Bray.
We're back! We are back! Twitch! Thank you for bringing me back. I cannot wait to groom people. It's the first thing I'm gonna do when I got in here. Oh, all right, I'm gonna start getting my stream up. See you later, Rob. You're my best friend.
No.
Okay. Do you know the doc personally? Yes. Sometimes we'd show up at the same... Never mind. That's too edgy. Dustin, your friends are so obnoxious about the court stuff on Twitter. Good! They should be! Because the anti-fans are hella obnoxious about it. I need counter obnoxiousness. The fuck are these guys even arguing about? As soon as you give your opinions on Pixie's motives like you have Ethan's, I'd be glad to. Like openly to discuss this, come on stream. Jesus. Aren't these two things different things? I believe Pixie's motivation for suing Destiny is to punish Destiny with a judgment for what she feels was she was damaged by him. Punishment for a thing, I might be being, not only am I possibly being pedantic, I could just be incorrect, but like I feel like punishing somebody, like when a person is like fucked up, is like punitive stuff, which you can't really sue for punitive stuff. You're supposed to sue for damages that you've experienced. I guess it's, I don't know legally how distinct those things are. Well, I know punitive and damages are two different things, but I don't know if Hutch is reacting to you right now.
In a blowout for the Democratic Party, just an absolute blowout.
What happened?
Bloodbath. I meant
oh no,
Republican Party. That was a little confusing.
Isalute just got fucked up by his.
And
was it his dad that turned into a demon, or was it another demon guy?
He's dragging that.
I missed. Sometimes I lose track of which Zodiac demons were who.
It's leadership. The Democratic Party would be struggling a lot more.
Okay, this is too many levels of react for me. Okay. Did you see the Miami election results? Yep. Wait. Is this the video we watched with the guy who was like, how many dick you suck, cutie? Like for 3 minutes or whatever? This guy got banned for 1 month? What the fuck? What? That's it? Bro, that was crazy. Did you vote for Miami mayor? No, I don't live in the city of Miami.
If he just never think before he speak. You feel me? Calm down, face, clover.
Is South Beach not in the city? I don't live in South Beach. I live in Miami Beach. Why do you think I say Miami Beach? Do you think I just want to clarify? Like, just so you know, I don't just live in Miami. I live on the beach in Miami. I live in Miami Beach. No, Miami Beach is a separate city. It's on the island over here.
Rikai, if he just never think before he speak. You feel me? Calm down, face, clover, able to calm down. We still good. We still good, okay? We still. Why Rikai say that, bro? Come on, bro. Oh my god, bro. Not again, bro. We just at the war. We were just at the war. Everybody was so like peaceful to each other, bro.
Do you think we'll ever get to the point where streamers are having like rapper beef, like shooting and killing each other? Or is it just like drive-by tweets?
god! Oh my god! Oh my...
Don't do it! Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh.
Thank you, bro.
Jesus. Okay. Based.
Live in the Middle East. So tomorrow, Anna, if you had to live in the Middle East, so tomorrow, Anna, you got to go live in the Middle East. Where would you live?
Oh no! That's such an unfair question because the answer is going to be probably for Anna Kasparian. If this sucks, but like the number one obvious choice is Israel. It's just like not even close. And then past that, I've heard weird things about women in Egypt. I'm sure if you live like in Cairo proper and everything, it's fine. Maybe that's just white women tourists, although Anna's basically white at this point. Turkey, maybe. Turkey is probably okay-ish. Dubai, or I don't know what it's like for a foreigner to live in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, maybe the UAE.
You can pick one city, any city. You can, as far away as, say, Pakistan. You could live in Karachi. You could live in Cairo. You could live in Amman, Jordan. You seem to love Lebanon. I mean, Beirut.
Beirut is a cheating answer, too. I've heard good things about Beirut. Even for, like, tourists to go visit Beirut, I've heard good things. I feel like Beirut's your safe, easy answer there. But, like, if you're talking about living forever, like, Tel Aviv is probably... Good luck. There is a way to thread the needle on that, though. Like, you could say, like, I would prefer to live in Tel Aviv right now because U.S. interests in that region have ensured that every other country is too destabilized and is unable to maintain some economy that would be good for living conditions, and Israel's the only one that enjoys you, like something like that. Like, you could technically thread the needle on that, but good luck.
You seem to love Lebanon. I mean, Beirut's nice when the bombing's not happening and the assassinations have stopped. Or you could live in Syria. I hear that's wonderful in the summer.
Well, we now have Al-Qaeda terrorists leading Syria.
Or the Houthis, I'm sure, would make room for you.
Yeah.
Tel Aviv, or the West Bank, Ramallah, I think is wonderful for a little, it's in the fall, it gets lovely. Where would you live? What city would you live in?
Well,
where do you think you'd be comfortable in that dress?
I'm sure it would not be comfortable in this dress in any of the various Middle Eastern countries that have been destabilized by...
Oh, there, she got it. Okay, she got it. Okay, we're threading the needle on it. All right.
You're not really blaming it on Whitey.
Listen.
Are you? You're blaming Islam on Whitey?
I'm not blaming Islam on Whitey.
But what you're saying is we destabilized. That's why you can't wear that dress.
Did we not destabilize?
Wait a second.
We were funding terrorist organizations in Syria during the Syrian civil war, starting under the Obama administration.
That's why
did that not destabilize?
He should just say, "Oh, okay." So then, in 2010, you would have been okay living in Syria.
Destabilize Syria?
No, what's destabilized?
There's a literal Al-Qaeda terrorist.
We're talking about your dress.
Oh,
why?
It looks good. I know it looks good.
You're saying you can't wear that dress in Syria because of Whitey destabilizing?
I didn't say that.
Okay, that's what it said.
You're putting words in my mouth.
Okay, great.
But the United States did destabilize various Middle Eastern countries. Are you going to deny that?
I asked about the dress, and you went right to destabilize. So is that why you couldn't wear that dress? Why couldn't you wear that dress? Why could you walk down?
You want me to talk about jihadism and Islam, but like...
Why won't you?
Listen...
Why won't you?
I mean,
Why?
I don't believe in jihadism, which is why I'm furious that the United States just had a freaking Al-Qaeda terrorist in the White House.
It's not just jihadism that is preventing you from wearing that dress. Are you saying every Muslim is a jihad? I don't think they are.
Bill.
Okay, why can't you wear that dress?
Let's focus for a second.
No, you won't answer this question.
Way to go. Jesus. Oh, I remember that. Whew, that was a weird one.
If you eat with a goy,
what is this?
It is the same as eating with a dog.
No. Wait, is this AI? Did this really happen? This clip is such an exact feeling, I don't know how to explain. Like, she thinks she's being included and very much wants their approval, but they're just making fun of her. Twitch is actually just high school.
Is Peanut technically a VTuber or not?
Am I technically a
No,
VTuber?
Peanut.
Oh, man, he's a fucking VTuber. What the fuck?
Oh, okay. Is
Wait, are they? Maybe they are in like a longer video, but I don't think they are in this. Maybe I'm overthinking, but I swear I've been in this exact situation. She's trying so hard to get along with everyone, she doesn't even see it. I would have to see more of this, because this is not enough to say that. But to say that Twitch is just high school, I mean, and I'm not even trying to, I'm not trying to make this like an insult, but like, the age is probably trending downwards. Because I think the introduction of the WL community, a lot of the people that came in under that were a lot younger. So like, I mean, it is, right, getting younger. Not that that's bad. I mean, it's just different. It just changes the nature of the platform. Like, what do you think is the average age of like a lot of the people in Kai Cenat's group? Like, aren't these guys like average age like 19? Like under 20? Not the viewers, but like the actual streamers and everybody around them. Like that one, the guy that just got banned, Rye? No, not Rye. Who is, or is it Rye or whatever? Is it this guy? Rakai, sorry. He's like 16 or 17, right? Yeah. Fan Van talking in her Discord today about the Streamer Awards jokes. Yeah, I'll address it on stream briefly. Yeah, I was just following the script and I thought it'd be fine, but I shouldn't have. Friends making jokes for strangers making jokes is different, so I get it. Should have just not followed the script and chatted with people, but I just thought award shows are meant to be cringe and corny jabs and was wrong, that's all. Already sent an apology to Kai for being disrespectful and explained the situation. That's the only person I need to apologize to. I should have read the room and went off script, but hindsight is 2020. What? Oh my god. Who cares? Don't give in to... Oh my god. So cringe. How fucked is Syria right now? Aside from the shit in the uncontrolled areas, the leaders seem to be seeking westernization to some extent, but I'm not 100% sure how serious it is. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know anything about the new Syria. The biggest concern, in my opinion, that you should have for the Middle East, but nobody can talk about anything because people have yanked the chain on Jews controlling everything and Israel controlling everything for so long. Just everybody's so fucking retarded. Is that, in my opinion, this is very loose opinion, like Israel probably has more control or influence over the unfolding events in the Middle East now than they probably have in the entire history of that country, because the US has no vision and no leadership. So Israel and Netanyahu can dictate literally everything. So my biggest concern is if you're an Arab or if you're whatever, any other ethnic group, any other religious group, whatever, that you better hope, my feeling would be you better hope that your interests align with Israel, because all the things that the neo-Nazis said about Israel controlling foreign policy and blah, 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 all the retarded shit they said 25 years ago, is probably somewhat true now in the Middle East. Now, for how long will that be true? I don't know. Maybe there's other things at play that I'm missing here, but in my opinion, Israel is like, well, this I feel more strongly about. Israel is like the only power player in the Middle East. To this day, nobody has convinced me otherwise that Saudi Arabia has a real military. They've got a lot of goodies and stuff, but I haven't seen them do anything ever. The Houthis are, you know, kill people and then go back to their caves and do whatever the fuck in Yemen. Iran has gotten so fucked in so many different ways. Their IRGC and the Quds forces and everything are all fucked, and Assad is gone. I'm still not sure what is even happening in Iraq right now. None of the other Gulf states do anything. Israel is basically, I feel like the whole Middle East is like Israel's backyard right now. I have no clue who could even do anything or would even do anything to anybody. Isn't Turkey a big-ass army? Yeah, but Turkey, I think, is more adversarial towards kind of Russia when they can be, and they just like to kill Kurdish people. So as long as you're not a Kurd, I don't think it really matters. Turkey just kind of like shows up. Turkey will show up to third party any fight as long as they're third partying and killing Kurdish people. And then otherwise they dip. They don't give a fuck. So I don't think they have any grand design or play on anything else over there. I could be wrong on that, but this... I could be wrong. I could be wrong about everything. But I'm never wrong. I did a scripted video. Good luck. I hope the reception is bad so I can use that as an excuse to never do the J6 video. Why do they hate Russia again? I actually don't know. There are some rivalries that exist that I don't understand. I don't know why or where the hatred comes from. I just know Turkey really hates Russia. If there are planes that are flying anywhere near Turkey, their fucking missiles are out. And they're like, I fucking dare you. I dare your jet fucking exhaust to even drift into my country's boundaries. I will blow your shit up. Oh, and they do shit about Cyprus, but I don't know anything about Cyprus. Apparently they own half that island, or have invaded half that island, and they just kind of sit their shit there. Bro. Fucking set him the fuck up. Movie intros in 2026. Asmongold viewers' thoughts on messaging to convert Asmongold audience. Some guy sent me some big email about Elon Musk, and he was like, I can't believe... People get really mad about my racism, xenophobia take. They gave me this big email about Elon Musk, and they're like, you say that Elon Musk isn't xenophobic or isn't racist. He's actually xenophobic and all this blah, 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 blah. No. Elon Musk is just racist. Elon Musk is a retard. I do not ascribe any higher ideology to Elon Musk. He has all the political instinct and understanding of Donald Trump. Elon Musk is actually just a fucking midwit retard. I don't know what happened to him or how he got as lucky as he did in his little fucking investment shit, but holy fuck, that guy is fucking retarded.
Adesso te la faccio vedere io. Testa di cazzo, dov'è che vai? Ma dov'è che vai? Vai, vai. Simpatico, vai, vai. No!
I still think it's funny. One day we'll get back to the books next year, okay? I still don't know anything about Italy in World War II. I don't know what they did. I think at some point they tried to curb falling birth rates and it failed. I don't know what battles they were in. I don't know literally anything about them. They went to Africa and lost. I don't even know to who. Like when you talk about World War II, it's like Germany, Japan, and then the US, Britain, Russia. And it's like Italy is, who knows? Who fucking knows?
Oh, because they did the acquisition. So it's like Warner Brothers and Netflix. I guess Paramount too. And HBO. Oh. Okay. Oh. Also Pixar.
Jared Kushner helped out with this one too.
You know, this might not be the best. Yeah, let's turn this off.
This is a Family Guy joke, which is also true, kind of. One of my new joys in life Are we watching Jerome Powell speak in 10 minutes? Sure. I'm a UPS delivery guy, and ever since Trump's tariffs started affecting shipping, ooh, wrong effect there, I occasionally get the pleasure of walking up to a house with a MAGA flag, knocking on the door, and informing them that they get to hand me a check for $100 to $200 if they want their package. When the inevitable, "Where is this charge coming from?" gets asked, I get to tell them, with just ever so much sorrow, all about how their dear leader's psychotic tariff policy has made the shipping intermediaries that handle customs throw their hands in the air and pass the bill over to the customer to deal with on their own. Nice. This definitely happened. The best Family Guy joke by far.
Morning, Mr. Griffin. Nice day.
It's a little cloudy.
It's absolutely cloudy. One of the worst days I've seen in years. So, good news about the Yankees.
I hate the Yankees.
Pack of cheaters. That's what they are. I love your tie.
I hate this tie.
It's awful. It's gaudy. It's gotta go.
And I hate myself.
I hate you too. You make me sick, you fat sack of...
Articles of impeachment introduced against RFK Jr. Damn. Is this the second or third guy? Somebody, was it a congressman, introduced them yesterday or the day before about Hegseth? This is true. I'm sorry, but it always makes me laugh when maggots point to how good RFK looks for his age as a justification for him being our health mascot or whatever. In the picture in that article, he looks like a hypertensive bulldog, and when he speaks, he sounds like the throat cancer guy from South Park. His roiding allows him to almost do real pull-ups. Good for him, I guess, but why are we supposed to hold his health in high regard? If he was left-leaning and non-conspiratorial, he would be their favorite target to pick on. That is abso-fucking-lutely true. Could you imagine if we had like a health guy, like a Fauci-type character, who talk like this? Like, it would be endless MAGA material. It would be endless comedy fodder for these guys. Harassment Gold's audience doesn't care about legality, free speech, humanitarian aid, and the murder of foreign nationals, Trump's moral character, and so on. They won't even care if he starts assassinating his opposition in the open, like Putin. They may debate it, thinking they have a strong position, but if proven wrong, they'll revert to it. Doesn't matter anyway. The other side does it too, because their more fundamental beliefs are: Trump is a strong leader. He is competent and respected by leaders around the world. Trump is a good leader. He has effective policies, and Trump is on their side. He understands and fights for the interests of the American. Oh, I actually agree with all this. Sometimes when I get frustrated, well, because I don't like doing the rhetoric, like fighting on like the emotional points as much. It's not as interesting to me. But sometimes when I'm debating, this is why I'll point out, like, you know that like nobody around the world respects Trump, right? Like, he's a laughing stock. Everybody's making fun of this guy. Nobody actually respects us. Or like, even if you agree with the Doge or all these things, Trump is doing it in the worst way possible. Even if you wanted illegal immigration to stop, Trump's not your guy for it. He's a horrible fucking leader. He communicates poorly. Sometimes I'll point these things out because I do think they care about these three things way more than any other fact-based bullshit. I found this part of the video and Dustin's reaction to be very funny.
Do you think junk food is healthy?
No.
Do you think burgers and fries are healthy?
Not at all.
Why in the first month that Secretary Kennedy was put into office, he's sitting at a Steak and Shake talking about how brave it is that they're frying beef tallow?
Do not. Well, first of all, putting fries in beef tallow actually is not unhealthy.
I knew it. That's why. See? You see, Mr. Mooden, you dumb fuck. It's never going to be a concession on like actual healthy or unhealthy foods.
You're right.
It's going to be the manly bullshit. And this guy doesn't even have to work for his shit because he's probably fucking jacked the tits on fucking DRD. Okay, I can't. All right, we're good. Actually, French fries are a vegetable. I tried using that with my parents. Aren't French fries a vegetable, Mom and Dad? Why do I have to eat this shit? How do you convince these people that seed oils aren't actually the plight of humanity? I still don't even know what seed oils are. I feel like I read about this one time and it's just like the most retarded thing ever. What the fuck even is a seed oil? People get... I feel like nobody even talked about this shit like 5 years ago. And now like everybody's like, seed oil, seed oils. Illuminator, thank you for 5 gifted subs in Cake Chat. I love you. Fuck. Don't you have D&D?
Yeah, in a few minutes.
Good.
You don't know what a seed oil is?
No.
You retarded?
Tell us.
Okay. It's oil that's made from seeds. Shrimple as.
Doesn't health research change constantly? No, it doesn't. And anybody that says that is a retard. He's saying peekaboo after every swing. Wait, what?
Open it. Okay. Now you f***ed up. Now you f***ed up. Open the door. You made my partner bleed. Now you got problems. If he pushes that door open, light it up.
Jesus.
Yep. Fuck around, bitch.
Okay, I'm not a manly man. I do not do much chopping down of trees or anything.
We know.
But are you not defeating the entire purpose of an axe by putting your hand all the way up here? Like, isn't the whole point that you have all this like leverage and torque and all this, and you whoosh? Like, if you put your hand all the way up here, what the fuck is the point of having a long axe? Isn't that what's? I guess maybe he doesn't want to lose control of it. Oh, the guy is saying peekaboo on the other side. Is that? The entire thing is staged. It's meant to be funny.
Just relax. Calm down, dude. I got you, bro. Hey, watch that way. He's right there.
Okay. Do you think Mootin can guess why billions of people don't eat pork? I don't know. My guess is it was
Islam?
Yeah, but if we don't believe that religion is real, which we don't, because we're both based atheists, then the religious rule probably came from some other observation first. My guess is going to be is that pork was probably more likely to be like dirty or bacteria ridden or something, or maybe pigs were
sick back in the day.
Pigs were really resource intensive to raise. Those are my two guesses.
Sponsored by Squarespace. Pork has got to be the most polarizing meat, possibly the most polarizing food. Pork is, by some reckoning, the most popular meat in the world, accounting for more than a third of global meat consumption.
Okay, hot take. People judge me when I say I don't like fish, okay? I have an excuse. I'm from the Midwest, and our fish there sucks, okay? But I'm from the Midwest, Mootin. You're from Ohio,
Yeah, me
okay?
too.
No,
Okay, you
shut
think
the
we're
fuck
getting
up.
fish out of the fucking
Stolen
Great Lake?
valor. You don't think there are
we're
fish in the
sending
Great
fishing
Lake?
boats out
You
to
don't think there are
fucking Lake
fish
Erie?
in the Great Lake?
No one's eating fucking Great Lake fish, brother. They're
What do you
eating
think?
Salmon. They're eating fucking.
What about where do
shrimp.
catfish come from?
Who's eating catfish? Are we in fucking Louisiana? No.
Shut up, you fucking loser. Also, fuck you. Regardless of what you think about people that don't eat fish, judge us if you want. Fine. I think everybody should judge. When I'm talking to somebody and they're like, I don't eat pork. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't see you pray 5 times yesterday. Or I didn't know that you were a fucking devout follower of whatever bullshit. Like, what do you mean you don't eat pork? No pork? No pork? None of it? What kind of mind-fucked, weird fuck human being doesn't eat any pork? You're an American. Act like it.
I eat pork, but I don't eat it often at all. We don't even have bacon in our fucking house.
Shut up. Hold on.
We're not allowed.
Consumption. Yet at the same time, about a third of humanity studiously avoids eating pigs. I can't find any hard data on that last point, that's just a guess, but Islam, of course, strictly forbids eating pork. Hinduism is not wild about pork. It's safe to say that a very large share of humanity thinks that this very popular food is inherently unclean. And why? Nobody knows why. I mean, you might have a reason for yourself why you regard pork as unclean, but I'm here to tell you that anthropologists and archaeologists and theologians have all been arguing about the historical origins of the pork taboo for a really long time, and there is no clear scholarly consensus on the matter. Or rather, there is a consensus that we really aren't sure where the pork taboo comes from historically. We get very little help from the primary sources. Here in the Torah is where we first see pork taboo codified in Abrahamic religious law. Leviticus and Deuteronomy, both written down somewhere in the first millennium BCE. Ancient Ancient Jewish law says pork is bad because pigs have a cloven hoof but don't chew their cud. And what does that even mean? Well, cloven hoof means a hoof divided into multiple toes. Here's a horse hoof. It's all one piece. It has no toes. Here's a deer hoof. It's got multiple toes. It is cloven. Cows, goats, and sheep all have cloven hoofs. And ancient Israelites had no problem with eating cows and sheep and goats. Why? Because in addition to having a cloven hoof, they also chew their cud. And what does that mean? Well, one of the biggest differences between you and me and goaty here is that goaty can digest grass and other foods comprised primarily of cellulose. Cellulose is this really big sugar that makes up the main structural bulk of most plants. And we simply cannot digest it. It's just fiber. It passes right through us. But ruminants like goaty swallow grass whole. Bacteria in their guts start fermenting or breaking down the cellulose, and then comes the gross part. Goaty barfs up some of that fermented grass and then chews on it to break it down further before swallowing it again. That is what it means for an animal to cheweth the cud. Pigs don't do that. Pig and human digestive systems are very similar. They basically eat what we eat. Leviticus and Deuteronomy say pork is bad because pigs have a cloven hoof but don't chew their cud. This book says absolutely nothing about why that is bad. And this book is even less. The Quran here says that unless you're starving to death, the flesh of swine is forbidden, along with carrion and blood. But some people find a context clue there. Carrion is rotten meat, usually from an animal that died on its own instead of you slaughtering it. And carrion is particularly likely to harbor dangerous pathogens and toxins. Likewise, blood is particularly likely to harbor pathogens. That said, you can kill them through cooking them, just like you can with any freshly slaughtered animal product. People eat blood all the time. But a lot of people look at this list and naturally assume that the prohibition against pork must have been some kind of ancient health and safety code. This
Adam
is a theory that gained a lot of
is one
traction
of
in
my
the
least favorite food tubers.
Century, when scientists first made the link between the parasitic disease trichinosis and the roundworms often found in undercooked pork. Trichinosis was really pervasive in Europe and the Americas in the 19th century. And at that same historical moment, intellectuals in the West were really eager to reconcile religious teaching with their newfound scientific knowledge. And the new understanding of trichinosis imbued a kind of scientific logic into the Old Testament, and that was something that was very attractive to people at the time. But more recent scholarship casts a lot of doubt on the trichinosis theory. The American anthropologist Marvin Harris wrote a very influential book in the 1980s on meat taboos.
Wait, or why we don't know. Is this going to be fuck this, unsatisfactory ending? I don't care. I don't care about this. There was some huge study that was released with like 28 million people or whatever that showed that the mRNA vaccines were good. Everybody knows this. We know. I'm just kidding. It's always good to have more scientific research, but it's not going to change any of these fucking losers' minds.
Really, it's always good to have more scientific research. That's your stance?
It is my stance.
So the Nazis, when they were doing research on people, that was good?
Yeah, better than just killing them and not researching at all, bitch.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
That's his stance.
Wait. J-Dog is talking?
Suggests that economic activity has been expanding in amplitude.
Can SBDIF go both ways? Wait. Oh my god. No, I don't think so. Oh, fuck. I think I get audio out of this, my gaming PC, with this digital cable, but I can't send and receive audio at the same time with that same cable. Is that not possible? Oh no, it's one way. It's literally one way. You can see in the cable that it's one way. Fuck! Okay, never mind. I'm trying to think of how I would get a mic on this computer without it being obnoxious as fuck. J-Dog, what you got for us?
My colleagues and I remain squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of maximum employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people. Although important federal government data for the past couple of months have yet to be released, available public and private sector data suggests that the outlook for employment and inflation has not changed as much since our meeting in October. Conditions in the labor market appear to be gradually cooling, and inflation remains somewhat elevated.
Not good.
In support of our goals, in light of the balance of risks to employment and inflation, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to lower our policy interest rate by a 0.25 percentage point. As a separate matter, we also decided to initiate purchases of shorter-term Treasury securities solely for the purpose of maintaining an ample supply of reserves over time, thus supporting effective control of our policy rate. I will have more to say about monetary policy and its implementation after briefly reviewing economic developments. Although some key government data have yet to be released, available indicators suggest that economic activity has been expanding at a moderate pace. Consumer spending appears to have remained solid, and business fixed investment has continued to expand. In contrast, activity in the housing sector remains weak. The temporary shutdown of the federal government has likely weighed on economic activity in the current quarter, but these effects should be mostly offset by higher growth next quarter, reflecting the reopening. In our summary of economic projections, the median participant projects that real GDP will rise 1.7% this year and 2.3% next year, somewhat stronger than projected in September. In the labor market, although official employment data for October and November are delayed, available evidence suggests that both layoffs and hiring remain low, and that both households' perceptions of job availability and firms' perceptions of hiring difficulty continue to decline. The official report on the labor market for September, the most recent release, showed that the unemployment rate continued to edge up, reaching 4.4%, and that job gains had slowed significantly since earlier in the year. A good part of the slowing likely reflects a decline in the growth of the labor force due to lower immigration and labor force participation, though labor demand has clearly softened as well. In this less dynamic and somewhat softer labor market, the downside risks to employment appear to have risen in recent months. In our SEP, the median projection of the unemployment rate is 4.5% at the end of this year and edges down thereafter. Inflation has eased significantly from its highs in mid-2022, but remains somewhat elevated relative to our 2% longer-run goal. Very little data on inflation have been released since our meeting in October. Total PCE prices rose 2.8% over the 12 months ending in September, and excluding the volatile food and energy categories, core PCE prices also rose 2.8%. These readings are higher than earlier in the year as inflation for goods has picked up, reflecting the effects of tariffs. In contrast, disinflation appears to be continuing for services. Near-term measures of inflation expectations have declined from their peaks earlier in the year, as reflected in both market and survey-based measures. Most measures of longer-term expectations remain consistent with our 2% inflation goal. The median projection in the SEP for total PCE inflation is 2.9% this year and 2.4% next year, a bit lower than the median projection in September. Thereafter, the median falls to 2%. Our monetary policy actions are guided by our dual mandate to promote maximum employment and stable prices for the American people. At today's meeting, the committee decided to lower the target range for the federal funds rate by a quarter percentage point to 3.5 to 3.75%. In the near term, risks to inflation are tilted to the upside and risks to employment to the downside, a challenging situation. There is no risk-free path for policy as we navigate this tension between our employment and inflation goals. A reasonable base case is that the effects of tariffs on inflation will be relatively short-lived, effectively a one-time shift in the price level. Our obligation is to make sure that a one-time increase in the price level does not become an ongoing inflation problem. But with downside risks to employment having risen in recent months, the balance of risks has shifted. Our framework calls for us to take a balanced approach in promoting both sides of our dual mandate. Accordingly, we judged it appropriate at this meeting to lower our policy rate by a quarter percentage point. With today's decision, we have lowered our policy rate 0.75 of a percentage point over our last 3 meetings. This further normalization of our policy stance should help stabilize the labor market while allowing inflation to resume its downward trend toward 2% once the effects of tariffs have passed through. The adjustments to our policy stance since September bring it within a range.
Explain to plebs. He's saying that the Federal Reserve is going to do a slight decrease in the interest rate, which you would expect to see slightly boost inflation and slightly decrease unemployment. But it's a little bit spooky because inflation seems to be higher than what the target is, but the labor market is still kind of like getting a little bit worse. So I guess it's kind of a scary path to why are we spamming question marks? Wait, is that what I just said not make sense? What should never happen simultaneously is like if unemployment is very low, then you would spam. No, fuck, I just saw people spamming question mark. Never mind, you got it. Good luck.
Plausible estimates of neutral and leave us well positioned to determine the extent and timing of additional adjustments to our policy rate based on the incoming data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risks. In our summary of economic projections, FOMC participants wrote down their individual assessments of an appropriate path of the federal funds rate under what each participant judges to be the most likely scenario for the economy. The median participant projects that the appropriate level of the federal funds rate will be 3.4% at the end of 2026 and 3.1% at the end of 2027, unchanged from September. As is always the case, these individual forecasts are subject to uncertainty and they're not a committee plan or decision. Monetary policy is not on a preset course, and we will make our decisions on a meeting-by-meeting basis. Let me turn now to issues related to the implementation of monetary policy, with the reminder that these issues are separate from and have no implications for the stance of monetary policy. In light of the continued tightening in money market interest rates relative to our administered rates and other indicators of reserve market conditions, the committee judged that reserve balances have declined to ample levels. Accordingly, at today's meeting, the committee decided to initiate purchases of shorter-term Treasury securities, mainly Treasury bills, for the sole purpose of maintaining an ample supply of reserves over time. Such increases in our securities holdings ensure that the federal funds rate remains within its target range and are necessary because the growth of the economy leads to rising demand over time for our liabilities, including currency and reserves. As detailed in a statement released today by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, reserve management.
The Federal Reserve has, when they talk about the mandate, they have 2 goals, okay? You have unemployment and you have inflation. Usually, these things will work opposite of each other. And what you typically have is when they become too far out of whack, you try to balance them with monetary policy. So when unemployment goes down a lot, right, we're assuming that there's a lot of people that are being hired because businesses are selling a lot of stuff. And so people are making a lot of money. And so people are buying a lot of stuff, right? So as unemployment gets lower and lower and lower, people say that the unemployment mandate, the target goal is about 5%. And that the inflation goal is around 2%. So as the unemployment gets lower, right, let's say the unemployment drops to 4%, okay, or even lower, let's say like 3.75%, we would expect to see inflation go up, okay, because unemployment being this low, as the labor market gets tighter, we expect to see companies offering more money to hire employees. We expect to see more people buying things because the economy must be hot if everybody's trying to, hire people because they need to sell more stuff to customers. So that's probably putting upward pressure on prices. That would cause inflation to rise, right? Not good. So what do we do here if we're the Federal Reserve? Well, one thing we can do is we can increase something, right? I think called the federal funds rate. I can't explain 100% how all of this works, but basically I think this is like the percentage interest rate that the Federal Reserve charges or whatever to do overnight lending to financial institutions. All you really need to know is that when the federal funds rate goes up, it tends to slow the economy down, decreases the ability for people to get money at lower interest rates, meaning they've got to borrow at higher interest rates, meaning everything kind of slows down. So when the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, we expect to see people spending a little bit less, which would put downward pressure on inflation. So it would bring it back down to that 2%. And it would cause companies then to not have to hire as many people. So it would put upward pressure on unemployment and bring it back up to 5%. And then much the same on the opposite end of things. If inflation was getting really, really, really low, like 1% maybe, or I don't know, less or whatever, and we start to see unemployment going up, right, to 6%, 7.5%, right, as it gets higher,